It's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yo, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Bumping through your broadcast. Grab a chair, fill your glass. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yo, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Bumping through your broadcast. Grab a chair, fill your glass.
Hey, welcome to the Really Charlie Podcast. I'm your host, Charlie Perry, and today's guest is Tawana Chisley. I got her name right. This was a guest that came upon my inbox and from a friend named Mark B. Smith. And Mark, he said, hey, you got to get her on. So, I said, yes, I have to. And then when I started just checking out, her bio and things beyond, the things that I was told, I said, wow, this is a fascinating person. And I'm going to definitely get her on. And I'm glad we reached out to each other and made this happen. But I'm going to give you a little introduction other than what I just did. She is the proud author, storyteller of the Empty Walls series, which includes The Empty Walls, Behind the Empty Walls, No More Empty Walls, Before the Walls Were Empty, and introducing If the Walls Could Talk is a romance drama based around the journey of Chauncey and Lexi. Chauncey enters her life after she suffered years of abuse. He wants to love, protect, and guide her into her destiny to become who she was born to be, a confident, independent, determined young woman. But lies, deception, hatred, jealousy, and envy constantly weave in and out their lives. Family drama also becomes an obstacle for the couple. But with unwavering love and supportive friends, she managed to find moments of intimacy, moments of passion, moments of mind-blowing erotic consumption.
Ooh, you said that so well. It got me excited.
I love it. Thank you.
Thank you. It's a lot of walls going on, isn't it?
Yes. And I got to tell you, The Empty Walls, this first book is it's got me. And I started reading it too late. But and the craziest thing is I made an error on your name and I said Grizzly. So when I get to the part where she has the puppy and calls him Grizzly, I just laughed. I couldn't stop laughing. But anyways.
It's a fraudulent slip. I said, when I thought about it, I said maybe I was actually channeling Chisley when I said Grizzly as well. Mm-hmm. So I thought it was funny.
I have some friends with the last name Grizzly, and it stuck to my tongue, and that's how it came out. But anyways, okay. I just gotta I just wanted to let you know. How was your day?
It was not bad. I was excited about being here, but I'm always so even keeled. I will not tell you that I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
I have to lay low with how I feel because I get a little nervous and stomach gets a little queasy. And
Well, I want to first ask you. I'm just making sure all my volume's down on all my devices, so I don't get any background noise. But I just want to tell you that I like writing. I really do. It's really something that keeps me grounded. And if something's bothering me or something's appealing to me, I go ahead and write about it. And I try to, I go by the name A Poetic Pulse. And by me writing, I also, there's two things I call it a daily dose. And I also call it thinking and writing. And usually when I'm doing that, I'm just kind of just typing up whatever's on my mind and just let it go, just let it go, venting.
Absolutely.
So the what inspired you to be such a amazing writer?
Well, when I really think about it, I've always had these stories in my head as a kid, but I was more artistic, with my hands,
Okay.
creating things. And then, like 2016, I said something to my daughter, my oldest daughter, and she just said, "Mommy, write." And I just said, "I'm not a writer." "Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but you are." So I just started writing, and all of a sudden couldn't stop, and I just didn't realize what
Okay.
I had at the time until other people started reading and said, "You really have something." And I've just been writing ever since. The first four books, it was like I ate and slept these characters
Mm-hmm.
all day long, all day long. So that's how it happened. And I will never call myself necessarily a writer or an author. I say I'm a storyteller.
I love it.
I tell a hell of a story, and nobody can
Mm-hmm.
take that away from me.
Well, I definitely am a fan.
Thank you.
I want to become a fan. I consider myself a new friend of yours,
Absolutely.
and I'm gonna continue to um, just just read your stuff actually because it does inspire me. It keeps me going with my stuff, and actually, I'm getting every book, and it may be sooner than I expected because I'm gonna go through this first one. I definitely will be done by Friday morning. That's for sure. So,
I can
um,
guarantee you, I leave things open, and there's cliffhangers at the end of each book. So I
oh,
promise you, you will be ready to pick up the rest of them for sure.
I sure will. It just, I mean, I felt like I was in the story, just sitting there, listening to everything go on, and like I'm one of Chauncey's staff members, just listening to everything, or, or, Grizzly sitting at Lexi's feet,
Mhm.
listening to everything that she's, going through, and but the scenes are very elusive. The way you write it, I got a very clear picture of what's going on, and I'm very, very into the book.
Thank
Um,
you. Thank you.
I think I'm at 120, page 125, so I'm a third of the way, and I definitely got to get. I got I got to go, man. I just it's fascinating. I'm highly recommending these books, this series. Start from book one and go gradually through the books. That's the way the process goes. Don't just jump on any. You may love the book covers and you're going to love all the book covers, but there may be one that fascinates you. But as an author, I'm telling you, go from book one and go through the series until you get to the end.
You
Um,
definitely have to. It's literally a continuation. So I never stop. There's characters that start to come in. I think I have roughly 75 characters in my head.
hmm Wow.
So I mean, if you pick up the second or third, you're gonna say, "What did I miss?" Then you
hmm
have to go back
Yes.
and start all over. And the things that you're saying are literally what most people say. They see themselves there, and I
hmm
really appreciate it. I mean, that's what made me keep going because of all the great feedback.
Okay. Um, I did see. I noticed it today. First time that you're on. You you are IMBD. It is the you get
Yeah.
credit for it, and I seen it, and I was amazed because one of my co-hosts on the radio station, Russell, he's an actor, and he has all his credits, and he's so proud of that. And so I want you to be proud of it, and I think within a very short time, there's going to be a whole lot added to that because
Well, we were in the process of getting a movie made for the first book, and I had to put it on hold.
okay,
But the IMBD, yes, it's there, but it's going to be different. Let's just put it
yeah,
that way.
okay,
It's
I
going to be different than
I
what you see.
I honestly believe that, and for the better,
Absolutely.
for the better. It's good, but it's going to be for the better. We have a couple of comments. Joey Gonzalez saying hello. My friend, my proud supporter of the Really Charlie podcast, Mike. Mike, another author, first time author. He's writing his own book, and I'm going to put his comment back up here. He's also writing a book, and with some basketball stories, and he's already just as I'm inspired by your book. I'm inspired through his great stories, especially if you like basketball and life. And I believe we have Ivy.
That's
Ivy.
my mother-in-law.
All right. I love it. I love that family support. See,
Absolutely.
that's good. And I'm so happy when I see folks on YouTube, coming to the Really Charlie podcast. It really means a lot to me because for a long time this past year, it's been Facebook, and so when the YouTube icon starts showing up, it just puts a smile on my face. So thank you, everyone that's on YouTube. I really, really appreciate it. So I'm gonna put something on, and I definitely, let's see. I just like this. It caught my ear earlier today, so I'm gonna put it on. All right.
Okay.
Bear with me. Uh,
In the quiet of the night,
Oh my God.
my mind goes places it shouldn't go. Or should it? Wanting things that aren't good for me. Or are they? Needing to feel what may give me temporary pain. Or is it pleasure that I want to gain? In the quiet of the night, I search for my peace. Or is it the other peace that I seek? In the quiet of the night, sleep is how I should surrender. But my dreams are full of anticipated splendor.
love it.
In the quiet of the night,
Love it.
it's you I want to touch. Or is it that I want to be touched? If so, how much? In the quiet of the night, should I practice restraint? Or should I attack with cat-like precision? Would there be any complaints? Should I get help for what runs through my head in the quiet of the night? Or just embrace the complexity of my mind instead? And take flight. In the quiet of the night, what should I do? 'Cause all I want to do is, baby, be with you.
Loving it.
That's that
Love it,
song. That's my brother came up with the music.
Mm-hmm.
My brother's an extremely talented musician. He had the music, and he asked me that I have something to go along with it because I do poetry as well.
Mm-hmm.
We put that together.
Yeah. You got five stars. You got it.
Thank you. Wow.
Tawana
I'm
Brown.
blushing a little bit.
That's all right. Tawana Brown says, "Be proud. Stop blushing. You did that."
Mm-hmm.
Of course she did. It was, that's why I'm always, a poetic poet. That's what I'm about. That's me. And don't let that, allow that poetic pulse to come out of you, and just let it write, let it scream out, whatever it may be, Let it moan and groan or let it yell and scream. Whatever it has to do, just do it. And so your you talked about family being involved and encouraging you to get this work done,
Mm-hmm.
and you did it. So on the very initial stage of this process, this brainstorm in Tawana's head, um, how were you feeling? How did you keep the energy going? Was it initially, or did you need something to drive you forward, where the first page becomes the 12th page and the 24th page? Um, how once I started going, it was easy. But I'm asking you, how did you feel initially?
It was easy for me too. Again, once I started, I literally couldn't stop. I was up late nights, getting up the next day. I had moments like I could be washing dishes and I could feel the characters behind me. Like I could feel Chauncey. I would become Lexi.
Hmm.
And I would become Lexi when she's like really emotional and she's just breaking down. All of that. I felt all of the emotions. I'd go to sleep thinking about that, waking up thinking about that constantly through 4 books.
Hmm.
And I think I'm self-published, so I was publishing them every 6 months. And I had friends that say, keep going.
Hmm.
We need more.
Hmm.
Um, One I would meet with every week, and she would go through it, and we would bounce ideas. And another one that just would literally like Miss Brown that was talking to me.
Hmm.
She was like, go right.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. The the hardest thing about a book is knowing when to stop. When is it enough? And so eventually you have to just say, all right, that's enough. Um, Let it be.
I I thought I was there.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
book 5, I'm not gonna say what I did, but I said this is it. There will be no more walls.
Hmm.
But I did get cursed out for ending the
Yeah.
story. So I was like, okay, there's more. I'll keep going.
Hmm.
So the one I'm working on now is A Crack in the Walls.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it. And I mean, we always want the walls to tell a story, or if they could tell a story, what would it be?
hmm,
And from our own personal walls to someone else's, or whether it's someone that you admire, someone you envy, someone you despise. You like to hear what's on their walls, so you can hear the truth. The walls don't lie.
they don't.
And,
They
and
don't.
so you add the drama and everything to it, and then you put an erotic version to it. The erotic comes into it, and it kind of blends in, and believe it or not, to me it makes it more real. Um,
Absolutely.
so now that you're making it real, you're making it passionate, and you can kind of just, damn, all right, I got it, I feel it, I know it, I've been there, I've done that, I get that, and I like that about you. And please continue the way you write.
Absolutely. I'm speaking from a place of experience. I've been with my husband since we were 16. We've been
Hmm.
married almost 28 years. So I
Nice.
know what it feels like
Congratulations.
for someone to just love and accept you for who you are.
Hmm.
So it all comes out. A lot of these characters are all me somehow, and people are getting. I'm really understanding now that I have a story to tell that can help people.
Yes.
And there's so much more. So when you get in, you definitely have to reach out when you start on the other ones, because
Hmm.
that's what I love. I love to discuss the stories. I really do.
Okay. The Facebook user says, I have all the books. I was sold in the first chapter. And I second that. I second that. I second that. I second that. I was like, whoa, all right, girl. I like, there you go. I like it. And, and as just keeps you. It draws you in like a fishing pole, man. Just bringing you in, bringing you in. But I was just
I'm glad I wore red today because I'm like really blushing.
lovely. Hey, you keep up that confidence. Stay confident because it's some real deal. I want to talk about you know role play. Really, we talked about that on the phone, and between yourself and a few others, you kind of act out the roles of different characters. Is it within these books or some other books or some other scripts that you have?
It's within these books.
Okay, all
Everything.
right,
These books are my babies. They're my life, and
nice.
I don't think I can ever necessarily walk away because they've helped me develop into the person that I am
Hmm.
as well. Because what the journey that Lexi goes through, I wasn't abused the way she was, but her strength, her trying to become who she's meant to be, is all me.
Yes. Okay.
So you'll see through each book how much stronger she gets. So this is just the beginning.
Hmm.
This is just the beginning.
It is. I want everyone out there to, you know, please go on the website, um, theemptywalls.com. I'm gonna put the website on the bottom again, but I also just want to give you all a reminder to share the live podcast. Make your post public on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, make it public. So I believe Tawana has it on her page, and I have it on mine. But please make it public that you get more comments, and please share it. Share it on LinkedIn, and share the live podcast from YouTube on your page. Just do what you can for the podcast, but do what you can for this lovely author, this lovely storyteller, because she got it. She got it. Mark V. Smith, from the process, you deserve a standing ovation for introducing me to this guest. And
Awesome. Thank you, Mark. I have a
yes.
new friend.
So what's next other than, you talked about the movie. What are you going to be doing in the near future? Because it needs to be near for people like me that want you to write some more. And I
Well,
hope.
again, I'm still working on book 6. In the meantime, I have to, raise money to continue to get this film done.
Mhm.
So I am getting licensed to be a tax-free retirement account specialist.
Yes.
And the great thing about it is that it still ties into my story. So
Okay.
I'm able to talk about this retirement plan because I know how Chauncey became this young mogul,
Hmm.
and it would have been something that his dad has set up for him. This insurance that he pretty much had money when he was 18 to buy his first house.
Yes.
That's tax free. So
Hmm.
when I started getting into this, I said, "Oh, I get it. I understand. This is how Chauncey did it."
Hmm.
So and Lexi in the book asked how he came, how he got his money, and I said, "Okay, this is how it works now." So, but yeah,
Hmm.
so in the meantime, I'm trying to raise the money so that I could at least do maybe some short films or really the series. What I see instead of a movie,
Hmm.
it needs to be more like an 8-part series, like a Netflix thing for
Yes.
each book. So that's my goal. That's my
Awesome.
goal.
Awesome. Can't wait. I'll do whatever I can to help you raise money in any kind of way I can. Um, I'm filthy rich with pennies, but I try my best. I try my
Pennies
best.
add up, believe it or not.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Um, the I'm a self-publisher also, and the one thing I like about self-publishing is that you start the phase, pretty much on your own when you're writing. You learn this trial and error. Excuse me.
Hmm.
And you live and learn from the errors, and each time that I write another book, I become better and better, only because I remember my mistakes.
Absolutely.
And the perfect size book, I think, that I realized because I did it different sizes, and the 6x9 is something that I like, and it's very comfortable. And I see it when I'm reading other books that I can just put that book away in my backpack, and just or if I'm carrying it's easy, it's comfortable. Let me see. Tawana Brown says something here. I didn't really. He said I didn't really curse her out. Only gave her words of encouragement in a different way. Yeah. All right. We know how that goes between sisters. We know sister friends. We know how it goes. It's a combination. Being gentle and cursing you out. You kind of curse out and you smile. Wink, wink,
absolutely. Absolutely.
You gotta have friends like Tawana Brown, and
absolutely.
yes, and this is wow. I'm already thinking. I told you earlier today that I was inspired by some of the things you wrote. I have some books and stories in the background, on the back shelf that I want to get out there. And but your story is, I mean, from Lou to Bo to Lexi to Chauncey to little Grizzly to Sassy Sadie, it just goes on and on, and Sharon, I just, those names have just stuck with me, and in each, you can kind of put my own family and friends in their places, kind of, all right, this is him, and put them in their places, and then I actually said, hey, what, well, I'll never be Lou. Never gonna be him. But
you don't know. I mean, you'll see when the second book, things just Sadie, you won't think that Sadie's the same person when you get to the second book. So but there are, the only one you don't want to be is Lucas.
Yeah, look, you know what I feel. I feel something with Sadie and Chauncey, and I'm gonna wait until I read it all through.
Okay.
But I do feel something, and but we're gonna let that go through.
Yeah, we'll let that go through. We're gonna talk about that privately.
Yes. Let's see. I'm still waiting for my chapter in the book. Okay. I don't know who that is.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I'm gonna see what I can do here. I'm gonna sign on Facebook through this other laptop that I have here, and we're gonna see. Well, it's not there. When you share it on multiple destinations, I got to check all of them. But anyways,
I'm sure they'll reach out after this and say, "Who is that?"
It looks like maybe Ron Henderson Jr.
Oh, that's my brother. That's my brother. That's the music we were listening to.
All right. Good job, Ron.
But he's read all the books, so that's surprising. Yeah. Oh, his own personal chapter. Yes, I got you.
Yeah. I see. He says your brother. I seen that after the fact. I'm sorry, Ron. I was looking at the other screen, man. But it's good. And feel free, you want to do that role play, and we can act out something on a Really Charlie podcast, get you and a few friends, and we can do that,
That's definitely the plan.
Yeah, and
in the meantime, just to find another way to get it out, because a lot of us don't read like we used to. So, but they will definitely listen.
Yes, they will. And I've been trying to get into voiceovers and acting only because my good friend's doing it. So and he keeps telling me, give it a shot, try it out, and so hopefully in a few months I'll be much better, and I'll be doing some voiceovers.
Yeah,
Which would be nice.
we can have some fun with it. I'm still some of the actors that were part of the movie I'm actually very close to now, and they all still want to see this done because they believe in the project, they believe in the story. So they say they will do, what you were just discussing, just read and have people
Good.
come in as well. So
Awesome.
it's just this book journey has allotted me a whole lot of wonderful people in my life, and I'm extremely happy and grateful for it.
Mark Smith says good stuff.
Hi, Mark. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, brother. We appreciate you. We really do.
Mark was actually supposed to be in the film as well.
And you know what? That's a good character.
Well, you haven't gotten to his character yet, but you'll when you get there, I'll tell you.
Okay. Want to let y'all check out the bottom line of the screen. It says theemptywalls.com. She also has a Twitter page, Coffee Cash. Coffee with a K, right? Is that correct?
No, that's not my Twitter page.
No? Well, someone hacked your picture.
It sure did. Unless I had one and didn't know. I know I have another one, but I don't frequent Twitter that often, but it might have been way back when.
All right, we're going.
But Instagram,
Instagram
and TikTok.
Instagram is just your name?
No, Instagram I'd have to spell that one out for you.
Okay.
I'm gonna type it in, but we just stick to the emptywalls.com.
All right.
That would be the easiest thing to find.
Yes, which is good. All right, there's in LinkedIn, which is
my name for sure.
Tawana Chisley. Yep. Mm-hmm. And so
and my author name is Alicia Henderson, so don't get confused by it.
Yeah. Actually, I don't think I have the picture up here. All right, let's get some new comments here.
Crafty Conceptions, thank you. And no,
yes.
two E's, Crafty, 2 E's.
Let me see. I think I got it here somewhere. Here we go.
That's it. That's Gmail.
There we go. Crafty with 2 E's, conceptions at gmail.com. Telephone number 240-257-5036. Yeah, there's so many ways of getting to you, reaching out to you, but everyone, please buy the books. Definitely get those books. It don't cost a lot. They're very affordable, very easy, and well.
A lot of men read these books and they love them. I'm surprised that I've had so many people. It's not just women, and it's all ages from 20 to 80.
Yes.
They're all reading it.
I actually, I really enjoyed reading it, and we have things in common, writing poetry, writing books, writing stories, doing some storytelling. You and I have that in common. And so, it was appealing to me already right from the start. And I appreciate that. Maybe Mark, that's what he's seen, that's what he said,
He's got a great eyes. I appreciate
yes, he
him. Great ear.
Yeah. Mike Samil says, I am all eyes and ears with these topics. Great to learn from a proven author. Yes, she is, Mike. And Mike, please, friend her on Facebook. Do whatever you have to. Reach out to her, because you are in that stage. You were in that process where you're writing your own book, and Tawana could help you out. She can help you out. You might be in a jam or something. Please, it's just as quick as an inbox, like you and I do every day. So why don't you just, Michael, get in touch with her and go from there. Especially where he needs that, because he's at that point where we were, where we're, deciding, is the project going to continue? Do I add here? Do I subtract here? That's what he's going through, Tawana. So remember that good looking face. He was a hell of a basketball player too, from this area. So
yeah, he just sent me a friend request.
all right, good. It's a good dude. You got any problems with him? Let me know. I know everything about him. I got his bank account and storage. We'll take all his millions from him and everything. All right. Yeah, I can't wait. Hopefully you and I could do something later on in the future, with maybe the writing, maybe the role play, whatever, count me in. But the one thing I want to do is help you out with the money aspect. So keep me tuned in, whether it's fundraisers you're doing, whether it's donations you're requesting, whatever. I would try to do my best to send something, and it's better than nothing. Every small donation counts, and I'll do whatever I have to.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate you. This is
All right.
next to new friends. We vibed on the first conversation, so you got a new friend, and I will do what I can do to help. And Mike will be in touch. I'll help you any way I can.
Okay. What I want you to do is you need to help the Really Charlie podcast with your tax-free information if you want to, if you wish. Or I could put the video up and I can let it play like we did the last one. It's up to you.
Which video?
Tax-free. Remember when we were talking about tax-free?
Oh, that video? Do you have that one?
I do somewhere.
Oh, that was one of the funny ones?
I think it's the funny one. Let's see. Let's try to find it here. And without wasting any. Here it is. Having a problem with the audio here. All right, let's try something here.
Oh, the funny one.
Yeah.
My dream deferred pivots, not far from sight, stays in my conscious till the time is right, making its appearance, not if, but when. I'll wake up one morning and make it happen. But in the meantime, I'll be working on something fresh and new. It's important business, something I'm called to do. It involves the tax code 7702. It's what I need to share, not just for me, but for you. You see, my generation failed. It's time to get it right. Not being so focused on material things, but more on financial legacy building. I'm going to shout it to the rooftop, to the clouds in the sky. Set yourself and your family up with a TFRA. Now I'm going to tell you why. It's lien, divorce, bankruptcy, lawsuit proof. It's a living benefit, and with a cash bucket too. It's not an IRA, a 401k, or 403b, LMNOP. Let me whisper something to you. It's tax-free. So now do you understand why I need to share tax code 7702? It's what the wealthy been doing. Now, so can you.
Love it. Love it. My girl. That's awesome.
Riverside FM is the easiest way to produce a high-quality podcast.
So, tax-free 7702. Mm-hmm. The Tawana Brown says you won't be disappointed. All right.
She's such a big supporter.
She is. She's a good supporter, or she's looking for some checks. You're gonna have to write some checks out to her.
I'm gonna have to pay somehow.
Just, give her that little Sunday dinner, Sunday brunch. You'll be all set.
Absolutely.
All right. I got a question. I usually ask all my guests, and the question is, who would you like to see on the Really Charlie podcast?
Oh wow. Who would I like to see on the Charlie podcast? That's so many.
Could be a friend, relative, anybody.
Well, you know what? Honestly, since you played his song that we collaborated on, my brother,
Ron Henderson Jr. Ron Henderson Jr. We got to talk, because we're going to put you on the Really Charlie podcast, and we're going to give you your flowers while you are standing. And I definitely want to do that. So what I can do is, either get a friend request on Facebook. If he's not on Facebook, just give me some contact info, and then we'll reach out to him and find the best time that he can come on the Really Charlie podcast. And someone said Jordan Chisley.
Oh yes, and yes, my daughter as well. She's a amazing spoken word artist, and I mean, I have a super talented family, but she's going to make something of herself really soon. It's coming.
No, well, we're going to get her on we're going to get her on the Really Charlie podcast. Well, you gave me 2 guests, and I love that, because each guest always gives me another guest, which always leads to another friendship. And I'm very, very happy with the friendships that I have met through the Really Charlie podcast, and it's been great. And I'm also, I'm on the radio. Internet radio, local station WMB1 radio, and I'm going to put this on the bottom. And I want everybody to join us. Join myself and Russell Ramus on WMB1 radio on Tuesday night, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern time. You can go on the website, put it in your browser, www.nb1radio.com. And and the motto is, the lingo is, we are serving you R&B music on the rocks. Chilled music with chilled hosts, where you get to listen to the music you love the most on WMB1 radio. And that's me, R&B music, nice, chilled, soft music, and
it's
old school.
Best.
Yep, old school jams from 70s, 80s, 90s on up. It doesn't stop. If it's R&B, I'm gonna play it, and that's what I love to do. So feel free. And Tawana, if you have a request that you want me to play on Tuesday night, you just let me know. I'll add it to the playlist, and then we'll go from there.
Earth, Wind, and Fire all day, baby.
Yeah, I think I have everything that they possibly written, put in the album. I have it.
The I Am album. That's
yes.
That's it.
So, all right, who's this? We got somebody here for a second. Who's this?
So proud of you, Spring. Wow.
Who is this?
Dina, say happy birthday to your daughter for me. Is that the Dina I know?
Do you know who that was?
I don't know who that was.
No. He's clicking on the links, man. But how you doing, brother? Whoever you are, I appreciate you. I see that Ron requested me on Facebook, so I'm gonna do that and get that started. What can I tell you, Tawana? I'm very, very proud of you.
Thank
glad
you.
that you're doing your thing, and you inspired this man to write a few things. In the quiet of the night is something that got me going. So I'm gonna have to think of a few things, change the title a little bit, but that inspired me. So
I'd say I have probably 35 poems. Some of them are very erotic, and some of them are very, very inspirational. So, like you said, when you're ready to write, you just whatever your emotions are at that moment, you got to put it down.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And
so I can't wait to read some of your stuff.
Well, I'm always feel free. Most of my writings on the Facebook page, Poetic Pouts,
Okay.
and pretty much everything I write, I kind of throw up there. And my books are out there. So, but for my poetry, Poetic Pouts, and that's where all my stuff is.
Okay.
Most of it.
Got it.
So when are we going to do this again?
You tell me. I mean, for the first time, I thought I was going to be nervous, but I told you the vibe is there, and
yes,
you're an artist, so it's an easy conversation for me.
Mm-hmm.
I really feel like I'm being me for the first time.
Yes, you are.
And anytime you want to talk, I say get to the second book, and we can have a real conversation.
Right. I'm going to do that.
Because that's going to mess you up. I promise you it will mess you up.
I'm going to definitely get the other one. And I want to get book 2 before, so I finish this next one. So maybe this weekend I could.
I'm shipping it out tomorrow. You'll get it.
All right. I appreciate it.
You'll get it.
Look at that. I love it. And 5 stars to the people that did the illustrations on your book, on your covers. They're awesome.
Yeah, the first 2 were done. First 2, 3 were done by an artist. The last 2 were done by me.
Okay.
Graphic pictures. I was learning how to do it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now who does illustrations in your family? You told me someone did.
Illustrations.
Drawing,
I do that too.
Okay. All right.
My other daughters are she's very artistic as well. She can draw and makeup. She's amazing. But no, I draw as well.
Okay.
So I do anything artsy. I'm game for it.
All right. I'll let you know because I got a few books on the shelf that need, about it's short books. It's only children's books. Some illustrations of probably 7 or 8 pages.
I have some people who that can do that for you. That for sure. Yeah.
All right. But we have a lot. I try to keep it local, keep it ground level. Not trying to go out to those big old companies and give them more money when I can give it to the young buck down
Absolutely.
the street.
Absolutely. There's plenty of talent out here. So.
Yes. Oh. I'm sorry. I have to call him back. Speaking of tax-free, that's the tax man.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, Tawana, you want to close with anything?
Sure, why not? So this is the very first poem that I ever written that when I was trying to again find myself and stand up in front of people and talk. So if I can give you that.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Okay. So it's called I Took a Shower.
Okay.
I took a shower. Do you really know what I mean? Not the ones that make you feel so fresh and so clean, but the ones that wash away your doubts. The ones that say, girl, it's time for you to get out. Be who you were born to be. Let the world know you're special, T. I took a shower. I stepped out of my old-fashioned ceramic tub after rinsing away the uncertainty and smelling the scent of vanilla and coconut. I dabbed myself dry, speaking positivity instead of saying, but What if I stutter? What if I don't? What if I mess up? What if I won't? So what? I took a shower. I teased my hair. I lined my eyes, rosied my lips. That's no surprise. I do that all the time, but this day was different. It was a day that was heaven sent. I took a shower. I put on something bright, because if I stay in the darkness, you won't see the spark of my light. I took a shower. You see, now when I step into a room or do a video, step into a room, I done lost my train of thought now. Wow. Anyway, I step into the shower, into my destiny, and that's it.
Nice. I love it. It just means, rinsing yourself away, cleansing yourself. It's all good. Perfect title. Love it. The one of the comments is, I'm going to take a shower. The Solid Blue Sister, My Turn to Talk, says, absolutely, let the world know you. I thank you for that comment, encouragement. She also has a YouTube channel that's very fascinating and blunt and boisterous, and definitely speaks for itself. Solid Blue Sister, My Turn to Talk. All right. Tawana, I'm gonna reach out to you and talk to you very, very soon, within the next couple of days.
All right.
And we'll do this again. I'm gonna reach out, give Ron a couple of dates where he can come on within the next month, and we'll get that going, and feel free anytime. The Really Charlie podcast is your podcast. You want to talk about anything, you want to do a beauty salon segment with you and Tawana, and you girls just talk, whatever it is, we could put you on and a few others, and we call it the beauty salon segment. And we also have the barbershop segment where people just talk real stuff, and you could do that on the Really Charlie podcast. So feel free.
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much.
I want to end with this. Good night. And make love until you see the sunlight, Tawana.
Don't get me started.
All right. Love it.
Thank you.
All right. I appreciate you, and let's keep in touch.
All right. Definitely. Appreciate you as well.
God bless.
All right.
Take care. All right. And we're going to end with my intro from earlier. All right. This was done by Lionel Walker, and I love this song. I love this intro. It's awesome. It's fascinating. And here we go.
It's the Really Charlie podcast. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie podcast. Yo, it's the Really Charlie podcast. Bumping through your broadcast. Grab a chair, fill your glass. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie podcast. Yo, it's the Really Charlie podcast. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie podcast. Bumping through your broadcast. Grab a chair, fill your glass.